Hello guys. Oh, well, I wasn't gonna do a video tonight, but I need to vent. We have had the week from hell. If autism was a week, this would have been it. Well, let me just clear that up right now. I don't even know where to begin. So I'll begin from Monday. So we introduced Chloe to new programming at the beginning of the week, which she hates. It feels like we're starting back at square one. She does nothing but cry. But with new programming, it's going to happen. She's going to cry because she's not used to it. She doesn't want to do it. So, every day this week, coming home on the bus, she's had a meltdown. From the time she left school till the time she got home, she screamed. Scream, scratch herself, her meltdown mode, So, the aide on the bus looks to me for a solution. I don't know. I'm not on the bus. Tell me what's going on. So, she's like, I don't know. She just starts crying. Well, there's a reason. Chloe just doesn't start crying for no reason. There's a reason she's crying. There's a reason she's screaming and melting down. So, she's like, I tried to give her water. I tried to give her cookies. Well, Chloe really doesn't only like certain kind of cookies. So, I don't know what to tell you. If she's not thirsty, she's not going to drink. I have sent stuffed animals to school with her, and she's supposed to bring them home. Her teacher puts them in her book bag. They get lost on the bus. I don't know where they go. I just bought her a clip-on Scentsy horse unicorn, and it's gone already. She took it one day, and it's gone. Now, her teacher said I put it in her book bag, so she'd have it for the bus. Her teacher and I have very good communication. We text all the time about Chloe. During school hours, everybody calm down. So, I trust her that she put it in that book bag because she knows the difficulties that Chloe's has had on this bus since December, since Mr. Wolf passed away. So, she gets off the bus screaming every day this week. Literally screaming. So today I go pick her up. I wanted to resolve that problem. So, one day this week, she had a meltdown going to school. Now, mind you, I upped her Ativan 0.5 milligrams because we've been having such a bad week. So, during the day, she's just been getting into everything. Spilling her water all over herself, picking her water up, just filling it up and dumping it directly on the floor right after she fills it up. My kitchen's been flooded like at least 4 or 5 times this week. I've locked the fridge, which I had locks on it before, but as you're doing things and you're getting in and out of the fridge, if I go to the bathroom or whatever, I don't think to lock it again. You just don't think about that. Then, her sensory room, I put some balls back in a tiny ball pit for her. She's dumped them. They're gone now. I got rid of those because I'm not dealing with that anymore. What else? Oh, she destroyed her room. So today I cleaned it, completely cleaned it, where you could see the floor, swept it, rearranged it, everything. Then the downstairs in her sensory room, I cleaned that because it was destroyed, rearranged it. So you could see the floor, swept and everything. She gets home from school today, dumps the toy box in her sensory room, which is filled to the brim. You can't barely close the lid. Dumps it all over the room. She took her water in and dumped it. She dumped her water on the floor in the kitchen. And she has to get a drink, but I have to monitor her cup now. Then she took her pull-up off about 4 or 5 times. Mind you, 3 out of those, 4 or 5 times, it was dry, so it wasn't even wet or anything. And she's laughing when she's doing it, and it's like, okay, what's this about? Then she went to the bathroom in her pull-up number 2, and I put her to bed at this time. And I always go check on her. So she was in bed for about a half hour, and I didn't hear her, so I thought she was sleeping. So I go in to get her iPad. She's sitting there, no pull-up on. There's crap all over her walls, all over her stuffed animals, all over her iPad, all over her sheets, her comforter, the floor. She tried to get wipes out and wipe herself, so there was wipes all over her bedroom with poop on them. Then every night this week before she's gone, so I had to clean all that up, first of all, which was not fun. She had it all over her hands, obviously. That was great. It was great. So she got stuck in the shower. What else? Oh, every night this week, as I was saying, she has flipped out before she's gone to bed. Like, full-blown freaked. Like, the meltdowns she was having at night. Flipped out. I don't know what's going on. She's had a risperidone and 2 Ativan 2 hours before she's gone to bed, and it's not touching her now, which concerns me. So, a call will be made out to the doctor on Monday, and he's going to hear from me that we need to come in before the end of June to see you because something's not working. Like, I don't know if obviously she's gained probably about 15 pounds since last year when she was put on this medication, because the risperidone makes you gain weight. It makes you eat, which she needed. She was very underweight. So, she has gained weight. I don't know if that has something to do with it. She's getting older. Her hormones are going to be changing. You know, mind you, she's only going to be 7, but she's changing, nonetheless. So even with that, she's had meltdowns. I've given her 1 milligram of Ativan before she's gone to school in the morning. And she's not having problems at school. It's on the bus. I pick her up today. She was fine. Get her home. She does all this stuff. Just goes crazy in my house. She put dog food in the dog's water bowl. So I dumped that out. I did lock their kennel, which is where their food and water is. She has lollipops stuck all over my house. She's not getting any more lollipops. I'm done with that. She took half of Matthew's toys in her bedroom, which she was mad about because I took them out. Thank God I took them out, or those probably would have had to have been thrown away. And then on top of all this, I have Matthew to deal with. And he's crawling around. He smacked his head off the bubble tube base today because he crawled in there and tried to get up on it, and I didn't catch him in time, and he smacked his head off it. So he has a bruise on his head now. He grunts down all the time because he's crawling now. He's new. He's exploring. I get that. I understand. So his poor little knees, he has to have pants on because he's a little rug burn on his knees from crawling everywhere. And then he's not really napping. I know his teeth are bothering him. He's getting his molars in. He's chewing on his little fingers. And he's been in everything. If he doesn't have something in his hands to chew on, his little fingers are in his mouth. And I know his gums are hurting. I get it. But he's been eating really well for me, so thank God about that. And he went to bed so easy for me tonight. I better not jinx that. What's wrong with me? But, and then Chloe went to bed pretty easy tonight, other than me having to scrub her room. I'm dreading the weekend. And it's Mother's Day on Sunday. And don't get me wrong, I love my kids more than life itself. I would take a bullet for them. I would die for my children. They are my whole entire world and my heart. But I just want a freaking break. I want a vacation for, just give me one day. One day. That's all I ask. One day. One day from the worst week ever is all I ask. And then I'll get back to it. I need a mental health day. I'm not going to get a mental health day, but I can dream about it. And then summer's coming. And this will be every day. There will be no breaks. And she doesn't do summer school until the second week in July. This is going to suck. Pretty bad. There are days, or should I, let me put it this way. There's times when you feel like you make so much progress and you're moving forward and you're going and you're going and you're going and things are going great. And then all of a sudden the brakes get put on and you go backwards. And it's not regression. So don't think about, it's not the regression. It is this. We're going to revert back to old habits. Going backwards type deal. I don't know where this came from. But, I didn't miss it. I'm mentally exhausted right now. I am mentally exhausted. Yeah. I need a break. And it's weeks like these where it's like, oh my god, when's it gonna end? Is next week gonna be this just as bad? She has to go to school on Monday. She has to ride the bus home. She can have another meltdown. Is it gonna throw her whole night off? She has work she has to do Monday night. New programming. Is the whole night gonna be awful? Is it just gonna throw her whole night off on Monday? Are we like going into a complete hurricane coming up here? I hate weeks like these. I'm sorry. But I had to vent. God bless, like, those of you who've had, like, great weeks. Bravo. Because ours has sucked royally. I will update everybody on Monday how our weekend went. But I'm not going to be optimistic about that. So, pray for me and my mental health. And that I don't take the bridge. And I will see you guys on Monday.